Host Galadon, it's update season, as you well know. Today, we are revealing the new defense coming at Town Hall 13, and I just wanted to clarify a couple of things. First of all, at Town Hall 12, in order to go to Town Hall 13, you do not have to have a completely maxed out base. You do have to, however, have a level 5 Giga Tesla. So if you've got the level 5 Giga Tesla, then you can go to Town Hall 13, provided that you have placed all of the other Town Hall 12 buildings down at least. The walls and buildings have to be placed, although they can be level 1. So you go to Town Hall 13, and welcome to, well, wow, that's smaller than I expected it to be.
That's what she said.
Peter, anyway, so the Town Hall 13, here we are, and now we have unlocked not only, of course, the 5 levels of the Giga Inferno, but, and it's a big but, we've got to make room for a pair. That's right, not just one, but a pair of scattershot defenses. So the new defense is called the scattershot. We are going to build them, take a look at them today, and break them down a little bit and see exactly what they do. Yes, they look a little bit like a trebuchet, a little bit like a catapult, and although the description says it's neither, I'm calling that a catapult, okay? Come on. It is. It even looks like the physics of a trebuchet. But okay, beyond that, let's go. Scattershot, there it is, all one word. They go to level 2, so you can have a level 2 scattershot in your Town Hall 13 village. There you go. Again, these are developer builds, so remember the numbers could change. Not necessarily always going to be exactly these same numbers when the update releases. And it's going to be soon, right? I mean, here we are. We're on, what, sneak peek number 3? Let's go. Okay, I'm excited. Can you tell I'm excited? Okay, now, obviously, we're seeing bits and pieces of the village here and there, but if you go look at what Supercell posted on their Facebook, on their Twitter, on their Instagram, you could see the new levels of walls, many new levels of defenses as well, and I'm happy. I like the look, other than the fact that the Town Hall looks a little bit smaller, but that could be just because it's cold outside.
That's what she said.
Okay, so let's take a look at the scattershot. Here you go. Level 1, damage per second 150. Level 2, damage per second 180. For now, the range 3 to 10 tiles. And let's just for a second compare it to an Expo. So here you go, a level 2 scattershot versus a level 6 Expo. Notice that the Expo, of course, has the range and no dead zone. We'll talk about the dead zone in a moment. Area splash for the scattershot versus single target for the Expo. And yes, the scattershot does do significantly more damage. So here's the thing I'm a little bit salty about, and that is that the scattershot, it feels like it should be the, quote, signature defense of Town Hall 13, yet they're calling the Inferno Tower the signature defense, yet we lost the Giga Tesla, which was Town Hall 12's signature defense. I don't know, the whole terminology, a little bit confusing. Let's get into the actual gameplay and see what the scattershot can do. So right off the bat, just dropping in a baby dragon against 2 scattershots, so obviously the damage is doubled here, but you can see they make quick work of the baby dragon, and just the animation, very cool, watching that splash damage as it strikes going behind the unit where the impact is, and we'll be able to show that a little more clearly in just a moment. But again, right here, remember the dead zone. Now, the baby dragon being a ranged unit is not close enough to be inside the dead zone of the scattershot, which is very different than, say, the dead zone of an Eagle artillery or a mortar. Those obviously would have been within that dead zone. Here, we take a look one more time. This time we've got barbarians. Now watch closely as we put this in super slow motion. As the scattershots fire, they are going to spray that. You can kind of see like the rocks. Allegedly, this is a bundle of rocks that's loosely tied together, and they create this cone of death. So as it strikes from the impact zone and approximately a 90-degree angle of range, it doesn't, I haven't researched it, but that looks like about what it is. And then several tiles behind the impact, it's going to damage or kill every unit that is within that range. So one more time, and this time super slow motion, notice that the barbarians die instantly. So as soon as the impact of the scattershot lands, before the animation of the rocks fly out. You see, so there is a little bit of a disjointedness there because the barbarians are actually dying before the rocks strike them, but that just has to do with, programming and that sort of thing. It's a technicality Maybe it's something that like really advanced war players will be able to take into consideration. I don't know, but let's go ahead and finish off this scatter shot with the Barbarian King. And again, remember, since he's melee, he is going to be within the dead zone of the one scatter shot, but not quite within the other. So the second one continues to work on the barb, but he nonetheless is going to get through and take both scatter shots down and move on. So yeah, they do have a lot of hit points. They do put out a ton of damage, but definitely not anything to worry about as far as like a Town Hall or a Clan Castle style hit points. They're tanky, but not that tough. In fact, I believe that a level 6 Expo has the same number of hit points in the developer build as a level 1 Scattershot. So again, here you can see that the dragon working on the Scattershot is not within that dead zone because he's ranged. So although he takes the damage, he still gets the Scattershot down. Then we use a different troop, like say a Valkyrie. Once she gets into that melee range, the Scattershot can't do a thing about her and she's going to take it out easily. So that is going to be another just point to take a look at when you're talking about these things. Remember that there are certain units like the Eagle, the Mortars, and now the Scattershot that have a dead zone. Others that don't, like the Inferno Tower and the Expos. There she goes, Valkyrie's wiping out easily a Scattershot. So, you know, it's interesting, it's cool, and the visual look of it, I think it's a good looking defense. I really do like the looks of the new Scattershot. So here we have our first example of the Scattershot inserted into a brand new Town Hall 13. Just going to take a look a little bit at the physicality of it, at what it does during an attack. And obviously, strategy is going to be key. Knowing the range, those 11 tiles of the Scattershot, and of course, watching out to distract it when possible. Think about distracting any other major defense like an Expo, a Wizard Tower, an Archer Tower, even a single target Inferno. The Scattershot, with that splash damage, it's going to be critical to distract this. It's also going to make a big difference in any sort of attack that uses things like balloons, bat spells, because remember, obviously the Scattershot targets ground and air, so that's going to be critical as well. Getting a big tank unit like a P.E.K.K.A. or somebody in there like a Golem perhaps to distract that Scattershot while other units can get in and wipe it out. Obviously, it feels to me like it's kind of like the anti-spam defense. Let's be honest, when you're using things like P.E.K.K.A. Smash, P.E.K.K.A. Bobat, and honestly, just about any attack, think about Miners, Hog Riders, even a Loon-based attack, it is going to be a big problem when they take that splash damage to everybody in the area. Take a couple of these Scattershots, combine it with the new level 5 Giga Inferno, and man, seems overpowered, right? You've got the big tower and the two new defenses. I don't know, but let's remember, today is only day 3 of sneak peeks, and no doubt you have not seen everything that Town Hall 13 has yet to bring, right? I'm sure there's more. There must be. In fact, we know because Supercell has kind of leaked some images in that video of new levels to things like defenses and walls. So where else could we see new levels? What else could be coming to Town Hall 13? You will only know if you stay subscribed, if you turn on notifications, because I promise to bring you the earliest and most accurate update information, including a second video later on today where we show an absolute massive attack of, we're talking about 300 units against a Scattershot. Can the Barbarians get through? Can Archers get through? What about a ton of minions? We're going to look at all of the different possible scenarios with the existing troops in the game and the brand new Scattershot defense. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Of course, as always, if you get a chance, please do continue to use creator code Galadon. I sincerely appreciate it, and I promise I'm giving a big chunk back to charity and a big portion back to you, the viewers. So make sure you stay tuned to my live streams at fb.gg/realgaladongaming for that. That is going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to giving away tons of gold passes, gems, gift cards of all kinds to players from all around the world. Going to be an exciting time for Clash of Clans. Thank you guys.